Hi, Data Ben here. Today we're going to cover the macro recorder, which is a way to record some VBA code automatically by interacting with your screen and with Excel as normal. First, you need to enable the developer toolpad. So on Mac, you go to Excel, Preferences, Ribbon and Toolbar, and on the right hand pane, if you scroll down, you'll see that you have an option for developer, which is unticked. You want to tick this and click save. On PC, the difference is you need to go to File, Options and Customize Ribbon and then select the same option. And you'll see the developer ribbon will appear in the top right hand corner. So click on the developer ribbon and then click on Record Macro. And then OK. And as soon as you click record, every interaction you do with Excel will be recorded as VBA code, which means we can record all our following actions and then inspect what those actions look like as scripting code in VBA. So we have a table of data here. So let's make some changes here. So I'm going to highlight the top row and bold the title. Let's do some copying and pasting. So we'll copy this line with the $, to the bottom line and then delete the previous copy. And then we're going to insert the add the auto filter on data filter. And then maybe we want to convert this to a table. So Command and T or Control and T and OK, which will convert this to a table. And then perhaps we want to insert a chart. So insert, and I'll choose a recommended chart here, and then move the chart and maybe make some changes to only showing the revenue in the end there. And changing the title. So let's say toy sales. And I think that's enough actions for now. So we've made a few changes to this data. And if you go back to developer and click on stop recording, and then press Alt and F11 or function Alt F11 on Mac, and you'll see when we first started recording the macro, it told us what the macro name was going to be. And in this case, this was just going to be called macro 3. And from the very start of when I first started doing some actions here, you'll see that it's done absolutely every keyboard stroke and every keyboard action that I've completed. So selecting the range, changing it to bold, the copy and pasting, you can see there's a copy here when I selected A7 to paste here, and then even deleting the rows, all the way to adding the table as well, and then adding the chart too, so add chart. So it's very good and a very good way to learn some basic VBA by recording your own macro and then inspecting the result here. Now that's the upside of recording your macro. The downside is you get a lot of junk data. So every keyboard click was recorded, every little change was made here, and it's done in quite a basic way. So because everything's recorded, it's very verbose. There's a lot of text, there's a lot of possibly unnecessary options being added here. So for example, when I was formatting something here, you can see here there was so much text, so many options added here that likely were not really needed. But it's a good way to start, and that's the macro recorder. So if you go in, try and copy and paste yourself, try and type some text, add some charts, and just see the resulting VBA code that comes out of there and see if you can actually understand what's happened. So I'm just going to take delete a lot of this code as it is now, and then just maybe even just play with this first line, which is a selection. So it says range A1 to D1 select, and maybe I want to see what happens when I do A1 to D10 select. And then if I close this window and go back to developer, and if we go to macros and then run macro 3, you'll see it's selected the range A1 to D10 as I've modified there. So really do get lost in experimenting with changing and updating some of the settings and some of the things that have been recorded in your macro. And next we'll move on to actually understanding how it's better to write VBA code directly without using the macro recorder, and how you can create and write efficient, clean and readable code in next lesson.